Hi, I'm Elamin Abdelmahmoud, and this is Commotion, and this is it, dudes. This is our first TIFF in 12 podcast with us here, because every single weekday we're going to try to take you a little bit closer to the Toronto International Film Festival, the best movies, the biggest red carpet moments, and the big moments that have people talking, and we're going to try to do all of it in under 12 minutes. Yes, 12 minutes, that's it. And it's especially exciting because, one, it's the 50th year of TIFF, and that's a really big deal. And also, Simonpillai is here, and Teri Hart is here. Hello to both of you.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi. First of all, it's nice to be back in a TIFF in 12 environment. Number one, Teri, you look incredible. You had a private screening earlier, and now you're at home freshening up because you've got more events. Rad, you're in the studio where I normally sit. I'm very sad because I am at home because I broke my leg, my leg and my foot. I'm broken. I can't go to things. I'm very sad about it. So please, I'm living vicariously through you. How are you guys doing?
We're doing good.
We're doing good. I think I'm
better than you for sure. Like,
wow.
I mean, this
The
is why you don't
bragging
have a
begins.
bachelor party right before the wedding, because things can go wrong. And
First of all, everyone has a bachelor party before the wedding.
not
That's
right
when they
before,
are,
because you need to
And
recover
second of
from
all,
whatever damage.
I wasn't at a bachelor party. I was standing on a rock, and then I fell. We don't have the time. We don't have the time to get into that story in this podcast. We got to get into TIFF. We got to get into this year's festival, and I'm sad, and I'm living vicariously through you guys. So I'm going to start by saying, how is the atmosphere out there? Teri, fill me in, but also make me feel it, if you will.
Well, I mean, I wish I could make you feel something because as much as I want this to have like a vibration because it is the 50th and side note, it's my 30th, it doesn't feel any different, I have to say. It feels kind of the same. And I would even suggest it feels a bit muted. I'm not exactly sure all of the reasons why. I think that there's been some disappointment of movies that have shown up at other festivals that TIFF thought that they were going to get and that have been, pushed down from a North American premiere to a Canadian premiere. We saw that with Frankenstein, for example. And I just think that maybe the lead up or the opening night, something feels a little bit flat. I'm hoping as we gear up and get into the crazy, crazy weekend, we feel that energy more. But right now, things are feeling a bit muted. And frankly, I would have liked some more specific 50th celebrations that I feel like are missing from this kind of once in a lifetime experience for those of us who have been around for a really long time.
I'll tell you this, any celebration sounds like it's more exciting than my couch, so I am still going to be jealous of you. I think the thing that you just said is important to contextualize, which is that, Frankenstein, that was supposed to be a North American premiere here at TIFF, and it was supposed to be like this really big deal. And then what ends up happening is last day, was it? Of what festival?
Telluride.
Last day of Telluride, they end up saying, "Oh, surprise screening! Here's a bit of Frankenstein," and suddenly the Toronto screening is no longer the North American premiere. It's like, "Hey, you guys get to see it too," which is obviously, way less exciting. Rad, what about you? Are you feeling the spirit of the 50th TIFF? What's the vibe with you?
No, I mean, I very much, it's interesting what Teri was describing, a sort of damp atmosphere and emotion and feeling towards his 50th. And it's so perfect that there was a rainstorm this morning and really kind of like, it was like a perfect metaphor for this festival. Because even walking through, because of the rainstorm, it pushed behind all the infrastructure construction. So they're still catching up. Like it's, also your broken leg is a great allegory for the festival right now. They planned on it being a great big 50, party, a celebration and stuff. And yet
you guys are trying to just make me feel better about this festival. That's what I'm gathering.
You're living the moment, Elamin.
Yes.
I am going to say, though, just like Annie, the sun will come out tomorrow, according to the forecast. And I believe that we are going to have, this is just day one, right? And I kind of like that the buildup is going to be a little bit slow because, guys, let's face it, it is hard to keep that momentum for 12 whole days. And so, okay, let's get tonight. We've got a lot of big movies happening tonight.
I was going to say, tonight's a big night. So two of the movies I'm really devastated to be missing, is Nirvana the band, the show, the movie that's kicking off the Midnight Madness program at TIFF. That's tonight. That's Matt Johnson's new movie. That's a lot of expectations for that movie. Also, Mile End Kicks, Chandler Levac is back with his second movie. Those are exciting movies. Like, I have screeners for them. I'm going to watch them at home. That's not going to feel that's not gonna feel the same as you guys being there. Are you excited? Are you guys excited for those movies?
Yeah, I would say that Matt and Chandler are absolutely unequivocally the next generation of Canadian filmmaking talent. And it
Nice.
it is nothing short to suggest that them having premier spots on opening night of the 50th anniversary says something about Canadian movies. Listen, I wouldn't have been mad if the entire festival had have opened with either Nirvana, the band, the show, the movie, or Mile End Kicks. I think that would have actually been harkening back to some kind of nostalgia when the festival always opened with a Canadian film. But they're not. They're opening with John Candy, Just Like Me, which is about a Canadian icon, and it's produced by a Canadian, but it is definitively not a Canadian movie.
Okay, you're throwing some darts there. Like in that sentence, you're like, "Hey, you had Chandler Levac right there, you had Matt Johnson right there. Why don't you make use of them and say, here is a big statement, next generation of Canadian filmmakers, they should open this festival." Rad, does that feel the same to you? Are you kind of like, this was a missed opportunity there?
I kind of recoiled when Terry said that Matt and Chandler are the next generation of Toronto filmmakers, only because like that's a very white generation to represent a city like Toronto, and their films are very lily white.
Only.
No. But I mean, just as a representation. I mean, I think it's amazing for them. Like, you know, I do enjoy. So, I mean, I was blown away by Chandler's breakthrough. I like movies, and of course, Matt is always a riot. And also, Matt is a producer on Chandler's movie. So you know, so it's in some ways this is a really big night for Matt to have these two movies out of his production company to be premiering on opening night. And look, like you know, they're fun movies and they're great, talented filmmakers. But it is certainly just that aspect of it. I think it's the Mile End Kicks one is going to be very interesting, especially for me because I went to school with Chandler, and so I knew her in the before and after period of the story she's telling. So that's going to be its own experience. And then, but yeah, like now that you mentioned that, like throwing that all in together with the John Candy tribute. I mean, as they launch for TIFF, it does feel like it's all very one vibe.
I want to actually pick up on the thing that Terry said there, Rad. The idea that John Candy, which of course the documentary is called John Candy, I Like Me. The idea that like even though it's about a Canadian and it's produced by a Canadian, that does not rise enough to the level of to make it a Canadian film or sort of a Canadian occasion. Do you agree with Terry's read on that?
I do. Listen, like I think, I mean, look, the trailer for that movie just dropped today, so I got a better idea of like, you know, this actually feels sentimental, emotional. I mean, yes, it's an American film, but you do have Ryan Reynolds as the producer, so I do think there's an aspect of it where, like, I mean, it doesn't matter that it's not a Canadian film. I mean, so rarely does TIFF actually open with Canadian films. Like, I mean, Score, a hockey musical, was like, I think one of the.
It used to be it used to be a tenet of the film festival.
Yeah, it used to be
always opened with a Canadian.
That's
so
right.
Not rarely, for decades and decades, it opened with a Canadian film. Period. Point blank, not to be discussed.
Yeah.
And your point is like at the 50th, like maybe this would have been the opportunity to say double down on the Canadianness.
Yeah, and they wouldn't have opened with Nirvana because Nirvana already played South by Southwest. So, you know, really the opportunity was there for any other Canadian movie. Obviously, Chandler coming back with her sophomore film, I think, is an opportunity. But there's lots of great Canadian movies out there right now. I really, really enjoyed a movie called Little Lorraine that is about a 1980s drug bust in New Brunswick.
That's based on an Adam Baldwin song. I love that song, and then I learned that it was being turned into a movie, and I was like, I'm all in on this. Yes.
And Jay Balvin's in it.
Amazing performance by Jay Balvin. The director is a music video director. So there's lots of interesting, you know, there is a great Canadian movie called Nika and Madison by Eva Thomas, who had a really big hit at the film festival last year with Aberdeen, which she co-directed. She's now directing this as a solo project. That would have been a nice opportunity. So I just feel like there was an opportunity for the film festival to open with a Canadian movie. I mean, there always is, and they've just chosen not to go for that opportunity.
Yeah. I mean, they went for the star power that's going to show up on that red carpet, and this is like probably the only movie that is Canada, tangential to Canada that can bring that power.
And they get a big in conversation with Ryan Reynolds, which will be a very popular ticket for many people.
Everyone's favorite enemy of the show is the clock, because the whole point is to do TIFF in 12 every day, and we have a couple of minutes left. After this, you guys are heading to the Criterion Closet, and I am so incredibly jealous. I'm so mad about it. Okay, so for people who don't know what the Criterion Closet is, Rad, in like 30 seconds, can you explain the majesty of the place?
Okay, so to know what the Criterion Closet is, you need to know what the Criterion Collection is, and just think of this as the most boutique DVD, Blu-ray label that puts out. I mean, to start off with, this was the label where you would get proper restorations, great home video collections of international classics date back the last 100 years. It has grown in size lately, and some years ago, they have a Criterion Closet in New York where all their releases exist, and Guillermo del Toro some years ago made a video of him visiting the closet and picking out movies. That became a very viral trend where now every celebrity who wants to, who's promoting something will visit the Criterion Closet and show off what great taste they have. And now they brought the Criterion Closet to a truck to the Toronto Film Festival, where me and Teri can now go make our own video and show you what kind of great taste we have.
I assume that Terry's going to go and pick out a copy of Heat, but I'm just wondering, Rad, are you going to pick up Step Up to the Streets? Is that the one you're picking up?
Step Up 5, bro. That's the one. That was my favorite Step Up movie. Step Up All In is the one.
How did I get Heat? What? Wait, I need to know. I need to understand. Are you on medication for this broken foot? I need to know this on day one.
If only Heat was actually in the Criterion Collection. But yeah, that's a whole other story.
First of all, you're welcome for picking Heat for you. Second of all, and much more importantly, I'm incredibly jealous. Please send me selfies. I'm just going to be sad on my couch, and the only thing that I have to cope is I'm going to be able to watch Mylan kicks on my couch. So it's not going to feel the same, but I'm at least grateful for that. Okay, we're going to do this tomorrow. We're going to do this every single weekday of TIFF. So please come on back out tomorrow, and then in the meantime, go enjoy the movies, enjoy the parties. We'll see you tomorrow, you guys.
Bye.
Time your medication well, Elamin.